Hello my swordlings, this is Sephirothsword57, and before you ask, yes, I've cut my hair. In this episode I'm going to take a look at a critically acclaimed masterpiece, Shadow the Colossus. Many people consider this game their favorite, so I'm very curious to see what this game has to offer. So, let's pop it in, shall we?
Okay, so he's taking his horse with him inside the building? I hope the horse doesn't take a huge dump on the stairs. That would get pretty slippery. Anyway, I have to say, I'm very pleased that the game designers decided to keep the Japanese voice acting in the Western release. It's not so often that you see that nowadays. Right off the bat, this game makes one huge mistake in the opening cutscene. It seems like the game wants me to have an emotional attachment to this woman, but there's no character development so far to convince me. Imagine if Final Fantasy VII started off with Ares getting killed by Sephiroth. That would be horrible character development. And it's even worse in Shadow of the Colossus. Here the girl is already dead, and I didn't even get to see her die. I don't care about this character. As a gamer, I'd rather just throw her body away and have my own adventure. But I guess beggars can't be choosers. Maybe I'm being too hard on the game. I mean, the gameplay hasn't even started yet. Let's check it out. Mother of God. The main character runs like a little baby who just pooped his pants. And the controls are horrible. He controls like one of those ball labyrinth games. And the horse controls is practically the same, and he runs really slow, which is very annoying since the world is quite big. Speaking of the world, this is one of the most boring worlds I've ever explored in a video game. The world is just empty. There must be something wrong here. I traveled for over 30 minutes and all I found are these lizards, which I killed in one hit, and they didn't even give me any XP. I have no idea where to go, so I had to look it up. Apparently I'm supposed to go to these cliffs right across from the temple, where they introduce these platforming segments. And with controls like these, you easily fall off. Many tries later, I finally reached the top. Up here I see a huge guy with a club walking by, and now the game tells me that I have a sword and a bow. But I prefer the sword. I tried to fight him, but without success. Right when I die, the game tells me that I have to use a special ability to find his weak spot. Why didn't they tell me that as soon as I started fighting him? So the sword shows me that his face is the weak spot. I guess it's time for the bow. I keep shooting him in the face with arrows, but his health bar doesn't even move an inch. What is going on? I keep shooting his weak spot, but nothing is happening. This is insanely stupid. The fact that I had to look up what to do on the internet shows you how badly this game teaches you how to play. So apparently I have to climb his leg, where he has another weak spot. I also noticed that this pink circle depletes when you're holding onto him. That's good to know. So then the game tells me to charge up the sword to stab the weak spot. But I can't charge it enough because it gets interrupted all the time. This is pretty annoying. But finally I get a stab in and he falls to his knees. Now the game makes me climb his hairy butt, and luckily on his lower back there is a conveniently placed balcony where I can recover my stamina. But wait a second, don't you recognize this from another game? That's right, this is completely stolen from Sonic Adventure 2. I guess the designers were so bad that they had to steal the mechanics from another game. And since I know how to defeat the boss in Sonic Adventure 2, I know exactly what to do here. After the fight, these dark strings attack me, and I get transported to the temple, where a shadowy figure creeps up on me in my sleep, and then he just disappears. What was that all about? So the first enemy that I ran into was actually one of the Colossi, so I guess I'm off to defeat the next one. So I'm back out in the open world, and it's still as empty as before. So this is actually how the world is supposed to be. No enemies, no towns, no items, just Ginger McPoopypants and his horse Arrow. Arrow! After exploring for quite a bit, I ran into the second Colossi, who looks exactly like the first one, except that he walks on 4 legs and has a bony butt. Speaking of legs, I can't seem to be able to climb them. I have no idea what to do. Swords and arrows doesn't seem to work. So after a quick YouTube search, I finally figured it out. Shoot him under the foot, climb his leg, strike his back, and strike his head. This is too easy. This is exactly like the first boss. So after some deja vu, I'm off to fight the third Colossi, and the world is still empty. This one is very tall and has a sword for an arm. Well, let's just climb to his weak spot. This doesn't seem to work. Apparently, you're supposed to stand on this platform, make him attack it, and then you can climb up his arm. Weak spot on his head and stomach, he falls to his death, and so does his statue. This is getting extremely boring. How many Colossi are there left? 13 more?
I'm done. I'm so done. This game is one of the worst games. Some ass proof game. Shadow of the Colossus is an extremely overrated game. The gameplay is
Bad game?
Who was that? Is that coming from the PlayStation 3?
How dare you call me a bad game, Sephirothsword57?
What do you want from me?
I've brainwashed so many gamers into thinking I'm awesome, but my powers didn't work on you. I won't let you release this video of truth onto YouTube. Now, die!
Why, Shadow?
I'll do anything for a friend. See you around, pal.
No!
What a weakling. Meet me outside and I'll show you what I'm really capable of.
Oh no! The game has become a Colossus!
Take this, Sephirothsword57. You're weak. You've always been weak. How does it feel to be defeated by a giant like me?
You know what, game? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Kagebunshin no Jutsu!
What is this? How?
Wait! I think I still have one left.
Thank you, my friend.
No worries, pal.